Even though the Minnesota Fighting Vikings are 5-5, just beating the greasy Green Bay Packers and firmly in the NFC playoff race, draft is life. So even though the Vikings ain't thinking about the draft right now, one game playoff the rest of the way. Take a look at the latest mock draft over at the Draft Network. Keith Sanchez 2.0. And we need to do a little clarification. So we did a video last week talking about one of these mock drafts, and the Vikings, currently at pick 13 at that time, took Georgia star nose tackle Jordan Davis, who is a bad man. They took him at 13, and it was a great pick. It would have been a great pick, but we said that we would go in a different direction. Now, we got a ton of feedback that we were drafting for need as opposed to BPA, even though we're always going to be on team best player available, BPA. Get the talent in the building, and then your coach will figure it out. Just do that, because drafting for need keeps you drafting for need, because you'll go away from your board and you'll draft for a position and you'll reach, and then you'll end up reaching for all these other picks, and then all of a sudden, you have a subpar roster because you ain't going by your board. But with Davis, it wasn't necessarily the case of drafting for a different position of need. I didn't know that Davis was exactly the BPA at that point, because at that time, Matt Corral was still on board. Malik Willis was still on board. Tyler Linderbaum was still on board. Nakobe Dean, the great linebacker, teammate at Georgia, was still on board. Sauce Gardner was still on board. Zion Johnson, the great offensive line from BC, was still on board as well. So even though Jordan Davis is a stud, there's a lot of studs available at that point in time. But again, that didn't take away from him, but also it does brace up that, the Vikings have Pearson, Dalvin Tomlinson. So maybe to a degree, I was given into drafting for need, but it'd be what it be. It'd be what it be. But, so the Vikings currently at 16 in the NFC. Their draft position dropping. Don't care. Get in the dance. Let's make it run. Woo! Let's go, baby. And so looking at mock draft 2.0. Aiden Hutchinson to 1. Michigan man, staying in Michigan. Weird. Thibodeau. Yeah. Also, you feel bad for Lions, where Goff is not the answer, and there's not a clear-cut number one quarterback in this draft class. It's rough. It's rough, man. Thibodeau, Evan Neal, Leal, Hamilton, Stingley. We'll get into all this stuff more in the offseason right now. Matt Corral going 10 to Washington. I think that would be a great fit. As long as they get rid of Scotty doesn't know, because he simply does not. Malik Willis. With the Panthers. I love that. Man. Drake Jackson. Jahan Dotson. Man, Dotson is a dude. Love him. The pride of Penn State. Drake London. Kennard. Desmond Ritter. Staying in Ohio. Stefanski. Take care of my guy. Desmond Ritter. It hurts. So, what was that? 3 quarterbacks off the board? Yeah, Corral was QB1, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. All right. So 3 quarterbacks off the board when the Vikings get on there at 20. Now, also, the draft pick of last week of talk about Corral or Willis when the Vikings were at 13 is not an aspersion on Kellen Mond at all. I mean, value is value. You're not going to pass on a guy that potentially could be at the top of your board just because you have a 3rd round pick quarterback from last year. Ain't going to happen. But long story longer, this is a very circuitous way to get to, the Vikings are mocked Jordan Davis at 20. Now, it's very dangerous to talk in absolutes in the draft at any point, but especially in late November. So I know a lot of people will be like, there's no chance that Davis gets to 20. I think it's very unlikely. I think that he's probably going to be top half of the first round. Wouldn't shock me if he got near the top 10, depending on the team. But if he got to 20, yes. Absolutely run up there with your card right meow. Because, the only other player I would consider, just seeing who's available here, well, I would consider Zion Johnson. I don't think he's got ZJ in the first round here. Nakobe Dean is gone, right? Linderbaum. Did Linderbaum go? Does he not have Linderbaum in the first round? That would be kind of an upset. If only I'd review. He doesn't. Wow. So, take that back. It's a bit of a decision now, because Jordan Davis, like we said, is a bad dude. I think that Davis could be better than even peak Linval Joseph, developing as a pass rusher as well. Give him to Andre Patterson for a couple years and see what happens. I think that he could be. He's ascending. Like, he took a massive leap up, because if he declared last year like everyone expected, he probably would have been day 2 pick, maybe early 3rd round, somewhere in there, late 2nd maybe. But now he has a chance to be that guy, the absolute sub, because there's so much given to interior pressure nowadays, both against the run and in the passing game as well, that Davis could be absolutely that dude. But I mean, if Linderbaum is there, I know people would be very skittish about spending another 1st round pick on a center, but Tyler Linderbaum is just that guy. He's got a great anchor. He's very familiar with the zone scheme. Iowa runs a ton of zone in their running game. So, yes, like I would consider them. George Kalafdis from Purdue is an absolute stud as well. And, man, I don't know. Man, Kenny Pickett? Kenny Pickett stays in Pittsburgh. Wow. Wow. But like we mentioned, this is extremely early in the draft process. And, I'm just going to say, like, if Jordan Davis falls at 20, the Vikings probably would be getting some phone calls to trade down. I say no. I say take it. It's whatever. Pile on talent if you don't go Linderbaum in that spot. But piling on talent at a position that's a position of plenty already, because hopefully Michael Pierce will be healthy next season. Hopefully Diesel Dalvin Thompson continues to play at a high level. Armand for Watts, by the way, is really stepping up with Michael Pierce's absence. So yeah, you have Tomlinson for 1 more year. Yeah, Michael Pierce for 2 more years on the contract, but really 1 in terms of where his guaranteed money is at, and the Vikings could move on. No muss, no fuss. So yeah, I mean, Jordan Davis, by the time this is all said and done with the playoffs and the combine, etc., Jordan Davis may have played his way into the top 10. Like, he's an absolute mountain of a man, and just I love this kid. So it may be a moot point, especially since the Vikings would be drafting 32. But yeah, late November mock draft. If Jordan Davis is there at 20 for the Vikings, snap him up. Absolutely snap him up. But your thoughts are our thoughts. Take a look at the Draft Network's latest mock draft. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.